Well, hi everybody. This is Elizabeth with Live Simple, Live Free. And I want to wish everybody a really blessed holiday and Merry Christmas. I'm going to be making a Christmas dessert today. Here we go. Well, I've come up with this recipe basically myself. My final effect, I really am going to have look like it's a stained glass window on the top, or maybe some Christmas ornaments. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's also giving me an opportunity to really make good use of a lovely thing that happens in the bottoms of my Thrive Life cans of fruit, and that's this powder that forms. You can also powder things on purpose, but it's just perfectly good fruit, and I'm going to try to see if I can make good use of it today. All right, let's get going. So what I have here for my bottom crust is 2 cups of almond flour. Well, I'm going to need 8 tablespoons or a half a cup of melted butter. So I went ahead and cut a stick of butter up. That's 8 tablespoons. And I'm going to just pop it in the microwave and just very carefully make sure it gets melted. And I have 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now I'm using monk fruit, which goes tablespoon for tablespoon with regular sugar. But a person, of course, can use real sugar in here. Okay. So let me put my melted butter in with my almond flour. And add in my sweetener. There we go. Mix this all together. And you're probably familiar with this type of a crust. Of course, the almond flour makes it taste nutty and wonderful. But I'll just be pressing this into the bottom of my pan. Oh, here we go. Oh, isn't that looking wonderful already? I've been pretty pleasantly surprised with how nice of a flavor monk fruit really has. Okay, now I love this pan. Some of my totally gorgeous, beloved Pioneer Woman pans. You know what amazes me about this pan is that I don't care how much I bake something in it that gets baked on or it gets, really dirty or crusty or whatever. We rinse it out and put this thing in the dishwasher and it comes squeaky clean. So not only this easy to clean, beautiful baking dish, but my butter dish there and this set of bowls that I just love. So,
and where did you get that Pioneer Woman stuff?
Walmart. Yep. I just been kind of slowly getting the pieces, and I really enjoy using them, especially these beautiful baking dishes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this into my pan. It certainly doesn't need to be greased ahead of time because there's plenty of butter in here. So with very, very clean hands, I'm just going to press this down into the bottom of my pan here. Okay. All right, this is going in the oven at 350. Well, while my base was cooking, I discovered that even though I wanted to wear my Christmas sweater that I really do like, it's not cold enough today for that. So I got a different shirt on and put one of my Christmassy aprons on. I love this thing. I got it from one of the quilting places, oh, you know what? Yeah, quilting store. I went with my sister. I picked it out. I love it.
Now Elizabeth asked me to help her out and get the milk out of the refrigerator, and so I went to do that and discovered we didn't have any.
We ran out.
So we just ran to our stores and I got a can of the Thrive Life instant milk, which when you mix this up, you can hardly tell the difference between this and fresh. So she needed a quart. So I take a quart of water, and if you read the directions on the back, that's 3/4 of a cup of the instant milk powder. I just mix it up, and it'll give us a quart of milk, and we'll be good to go.
Yay.
Using cold water, of course. There you go, dear. Voila.
Thank you.
Milk.
It's going to work a lot better with that.
Yep.
I'm also really enjoying using this cup. One of my students gave it to me years ago. Is that not the cutest thing? Okay, I got the bottom out of the oven. You want to start smelling the toastiness of the almonds, but you don't want it to get too dark. So it's just butter and some sweetener and the almond flour, and that'll give me my base. Okay, now let's start looking at what we're going to do for the middle. I went ahead and got, this is, for me I'm getting the sugar-free, but you can get regular if you want. This is just a Jell-O. This is the cheesecake. It's instant. Just going kind of simple here. But I wanted my filling to have a bit of a green color, so I'm going to do cheesecake. I know that's not green. Bear with me. And pistachio. And these are not made. I can use these because they are not made with any wheat. Okay, and then I will be adding some ground pistachio nuts. All right, now I'm going to put in the 4 cups of milk. See, we're getting a nice green already. All right. And I said I'm going to use this nifty thing. I love this. This is one of my prepper things, but it's also just a very good beater, and I'm going to use that. I just want this to get really well mixed so that it will be able to thicken nicely. I love how that color came out. All right, I'm going to pop this in the fridge and give it a chance to turn into pudding. While the pudding is setting in the fridge, I am going to powder up some pistachios. Got a 1/2 cup of pistachios in here. And I will mute out this incredibly loud sound. Perfect. Left me with pistachio powder and little teeny pieces because I didn't grind it long enough to make it kind of like a paste. And I'm going to mix that in with the pudding and give it a little bit more pistachio-ness. I realized I needed a larger bowl. It's another one of my Pioneer Woman bowls. So I got it into a larger one. Now, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of sweetening, and you're like, oh, why? This is already pudding. But that's because I'm going to put in 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. So I'll be adding that in. I want a little bit of sweetening to offset that a little bit. Okay, first thing I'm going to put in are all of my lovely pistachios that I ground up. I'm loving having drawers in this kitchen. It's wonderful. Oh, I can smell those nuts. It smells so good. What if I should make something out of pistachio flour sometime? That'd be different. Okay. I'm just going to kind of blend these in. Okay. 2 tablespoons of sweetening. Now I decided that since I do have electricity, I'm going to use my regular power beaters to blend this, because I think it'll just do a faster, more thorough job. But the other blender would work if I didn't have electricity. This has been softened at room temperature for a little while. There we go. And, oh, I love this. Look at this. And it closes itself. Isn't that wonderful? I'm going to bust it up just a little bit, and then I'll get my mixer in here. All right, now I beat this until it's very smooth and creamy. So we have the pistachio pudding, the cheesecake pudding, the cream cheese, and a little bit of the sweetener in there, and pistachios. This is heavy for me, so Bill's gonna pour it in for me. This whole mixture now is gonna go in on top of the nuts.
By the way, I stuck my finger in it, and then I licked it, and it was good.
We wouldn't do that for company food, but for just, yeah, this will be fine. There we go. Goes right on top of all of that toasted almond mix. I'm glad he can do that. It's just too heavy for me. He's handy to have around. Thank you, hun.
Sure.
All right, push this against the sides and just try to smoothly level it off as much as we can. There we go. All right, this goes in the fridge. Give it a chance to set, and then we're going to do a very interesting topping. So I checked on our dessert in the fridge, and I think it is set very nicely. You'll notice I'm back in my Christmas sweater again. It's not quite so warm as it was, so I'm having fun wearing it. Although I like the other apron too. All right, I want to start getting our toppings prepared. So I have in a bowl here semi-sweet chocolate chips. I tried to get them, you know, where they were a little bit bittersweet. You can even get like keto chocolate chips. I wasn't sure where to find them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the microwave for 20 seconds, and then you stop. You don't want to overdo it. And what will happen is we'll get to a point where there's still chocolate chips left, but I know there's enough warmth in there that I can just stir it and it'll continue melting. So let's go ahead and get these melting. Now you want to be patient. Maybe you could start out with 30 seconds first, but I like doing 20 seconds at a time. And then you end up with this. And you notice that there's some little chocolate drops left, but chocolate chips. But as soon as I give it a stir with the heat that's in there, this will finish melting. And I haven't taken any chance of scorching it. And of course, once I put this on something cold, it'll reset itself. But see, I've got this nice creamy chocolate here. There we go. Okay, see, very nice. I have this real high-tech thing here, a sandwich bag. I'm going to go ahead and put chocolate in the bag. It's a little messy, but it'll be okay. And of course, if you have an actual, nice bag that you use for frosting things or for pouring out different kinds of pastry and stuff like that, use it. But this has worked fine for me before. Now I'm going to kind of smash it down into one corner. So I have my dessert out of the fridge now. It's not completely hard solid, but it's going to be fine. It's a nice cold, firm surface. See, it's not really going anywhere. So I'm going to take my scissor, kind of squish the frosting out of the way, and just snip a little corner piece out. I love kitchen shears. Okay, now I'm going to form a grid work across the top of my dessert. Oh. Try to make it a little straighter. I'm sure you could do a much prettier, fancier job. There we go. Oh, all right. Chocolate, get down there. There's going to be people going, oh my goodness, because I'm sure they know how to do this so much better. Okay. Maybe I should have made the hole a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
One more to go.
The hole should have been a lot smaller.
It's okay. It'll still look nice when it's all done. Okay, so I've set up a grid work there. You can tell what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a series of diamonds across the top of it. And when I fill the parts in, it's actually going to start looking a lot better. So you get the idea. Okay. Well, I've gotten my nice pistachio cheesecake dish out of the refrigerator, and I know that's all squiggly. I should have cut the hole smaller, but you get the idea of what I was trying to do there with the chocolate. It'll taste really good. Okay, now what I'm going to do to really decorate this and make it look Christmassy is use some of my Thrive Life raspberries. They're freeze-dried, and see, it is just raspberries in the ingredients. I'm going to powder them up and make a really wonderful, freeze-dried raspberry powder to put on the top here, and I'll show you how I'm going to decorate it. These are so handy for this because they just crumble up so well. In fact, often in the bottom of the bottom of a can, you can tell we've used a lot of this up, but in the bottom of the can, some of it crumbles up anyway. And so I'm going to really powder it and use it. So now, someone could also use fresh strawberries. Well, you could use strawberries on here. In fact, I could use the freeze-dried Thrive Life strawberries. It would work really well. That's probably like a scant cup. Now, you know, for safety with a NutriBullet, once it's on, get your hands off. That's all it took. And I have absolutely beautiful, fine raspberry powder. Now, I'll show you what I'm going to do. See? And it's just, oh, so many times I wish for smell-o-vision. It smells so wonderful and refreshing. All right. Get out a spoon. Now, I'm going to fill these in as if they were like ornaments. So, I'm going to start on this one. I know there are people that would be extremely wonderfully neat, but I'm doing the best I can here. There we go. Just a nice layer. This is nothing but raspberry. Man, I wish I'd gotten my lines fancier. I'm gonna have to get an actual pastry thingy, or whatever you call it. But there we go. But I'm just filling in these triangles so they look like, oh, stained glass or Christmas ornaments maybe. Okay. Now if you wanted to, especially because these are raspberries, you could put just a little bit of sweetening in with the raspberries. There we go. Looks like I'm making just about the right amount of raspberries. And I can use the raspberries to kind of cover up some of my weird squiggles when I was trying to do the chocolate. I'm a little inexperienced at that. I got a lot to learn, I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit right up here to give it a feeling like it's finished up there. Okay, just a very little bit of raspberries left. Aww. Even though I'm not very good with the chocolate, I think it came out really pretty. Now, a person, if you wanted, you could put like a fresh raspberry in each one of these green spots. You could put some pistachio nuts in each of the green spots. So, all right. So, my Christmas decoration. Now, if somebody wants to, they could use fresh raspberries inside here to give the color. If you don't have a bullet, you could put the pistachios and the raspberry, if you have the freeze-dried raspberry, you know, put them in bags and smash them up. I'm glad I could use the bullet. It's very thorough, but that would work too. Or if somebody just wanted to drizzle a design of chocolate on the top, you know, that would be good too. But the bright, fresh taste of the raspberries is going to be so good with that really creamy, smooth, and not real sweet pistachio cheesecake. Alrighty.
So is this ready to go?
I think so, sweetheart.
I'm not exactly sure how to cut it, but
And have the crust on the bottom. There we go.
the chocolate kind of pushes down into the pudding.
Oh, that's okay, as long as all the flavors are there. Okay.
Can I try it?
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Chocolate probably should have been thinner, but I think it was.
It would break up easier if it was thinner.
Yeah.
With a smaller hole.
Yeah, if I had a smaller hole and it was thinner, it would be better.
That is so nice and delicate. Pudding sometimes can be a little strong, but by mixing in the cream cheese, it's very delicate. And then that potent raspberry on top, wow. There's only one thing we need to do now. We need to try to find a Christmas party we can take it to.
Right. How is the crust on the bottom
This is
with it?
fabulous.
Oh, wonderful.
And this came out of your own mind.
Yeah, I pretty
Wow.
much just came up with it.
She's a genius.
Well, thank you, dear.
This is definitely a winner. Wow. Thank you, dear.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm hoping that the combination of the creaminess with the crunch and then that little bit of like, oh, that raspberry powder, fresh fruits and nuts. Oh, yike. Oh my goodness, that is really good.
This is the first time we've tried it.
Yes, this is our first time. Because I used the monk fruit, for me this is not heavily sugared, and but it's very nice flavor. Wow, I'm excited. This is really good. This has been really fun sharing this adventure and experiment with you. I think that if someone knew what they were doing and put a very delicate lines of the chocolate and then just filled in the triangles like I did with the raspberry, the only thing I would say is I wish I had more delicate chocolate on it, but overall, that pistachio cheesecake, the crunch on the bottom, the raspberry flavor, I got to admit, they work together really well.
I was rather amazed, yes.
Yeah. It's been fun trying this and trying to come up with something. So I'll probably make another one in time for Christmas and share with family.
Absolutely, because this one's not going to last long.
It's very low sugar with the way I made it, which is really nice. And yeah, I've enjoyed this, and I've enjoyed that you came along.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, she told me to wear something Christmassy. This is the only red shirt that I've got, so sorry about that.
I'm proud of him for wearing red. Yes, I'm proud of him. I couldn't get any barrettes in his hair, so I tried. So you have to get some little jingle bells on him or something.
Okay, we need to finish this so I can eat more.
Okay. Well, we're enjoying sharing this whole Christmas season with you, and just remember what this is really all about and how wonderful it is that the Lord Jesus came for us, and we're celebrating his birthday.
Amen.
Amen. All right, so live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
And we love you guys, and we'll be back I think, with some more Christmassy stuff. Okay, bye-bye.